The Urantia Book tells us that the search for God is the unstinted bestowal of love, attended by amazing discoveries of new and greater love to be bestowed. It says that when a human being does find God, there is experienced within the soul of that being such an indescribable restlessness of triumph in discovery that they are impelled to seek loving service contact with their fellows, not to disclose that they have found God, but rather to allow the overflow of the welling up of eternal goodness within their own soul to refresh and ennoble their fellows. Haven't we all at some point experienced the triumph of finding God? How do we begin to transfer the overflowing elements of eternal goodness into effective ways of sharing knowledge and truth? Well, one way is that we could look to pattern, and pattern is simply the way God does things. For example, look at the way adjusters minister. Look how the angels guide us without impinging on our own free will. Look at the degree of love and mercy bestowed by our Creator parents. Look at the way the revelators go about revealing. It takes thousands of years of training before an angel can minister alongside a mortal. Before Adam and Eve's mission, they spent 15,000 years in the trial and testing physical laboratories on Jerusalem. And long before that, they had been teachers in the citizenship schools for new arrivals. It took 1 billion years for our Creator Son to meet us where we are. And after all that preparation by these brilliant beings, they literally became one of us. Well, we can do that. Obviously, we're not Creator sons, seraphic guardians, or material sons and daughters, but pattern demonstrates that the measurement of success of what is revealed is wholly dependent on the extent of one's knowledge of who it's being revealed to, and then becoming one of them, meeting them where they are. We can do that. From a quote in Paper 1, "The God of universal love unfailingly manifests himself to every one of his creatures up to the fullness of that creature's capacity to spiritually grasp the qualities of divine truth, beauty, and goodness." We can do that. Depth of meaning is measured by the quality of communion that we create. Each encounter can provide us with new growth, and the result of that experience has the potential to make God more present. We don't have to believe in love to be loved. We don't have to have a prior belief to experience it. But the more of God one brings to the table of all faiths, the more of God all can come to believe in. In proximity, we're told that God dwells in two places, on paradise and within each one of us. So if your desire is to know and experience God more fully, you really don't have to look much further than the faith experience of the person that's standing right next to you. The big prize we receive from interacting with the faith experiences of others is that we learn more about and become closer to the very God we're seeking. Before my dad passed away, he met with me and my two brothers separately to discuss his last will and testament. Afterwards, my brothers and I got together and shared our experiences. Now, there were similarities, but much of it was different for each one of us. I suddenly realized that the best way that I could know more about my dad is through my brothers. It's through them that I was able to attain a greater understanding of who he truly was. Even though I'm indwelt and have a personal relationship with God, my understanding of him will always be limited, because basically it's just between the two of us. Witnessing and learning more about the interaction that takes place in the faith experience of others can only provide us with the deeper experience of knowing God through the God-knowing. So much of the thrilling adventure of becoming godlike is dependent on how well we can come to know and love others. We can't know all about God all by ourselves. Various theologies may have become old and outdated, but they continue to inspire many who seek God. In the religions of the world, there still exists much that we can learn from and contribute to. A journey through interfaith in the world's religions will just make it clearer that regardless of one's faith, religion, background, environment, etc., that if one truly and sincerely seeks to know and become more like God, that no matter what the circumstances, it won't be denied them. As you supremely desire, so shall you be. Many of our brothers and sisters bear much fruit that have originated from a simple faith or belief. Obviously, the Father responded. So if the Father will respond to the faintest flicker of faith, then shouldn't we?